Time for Mike Mayo's Lunchbox. Find out what's being served with Mike, Defo and Lubie, the only show that covers food, sports, and the proper maintenance of your car. And now, a man who had the distinction of having an entire health clinic named in his honor, Mike Mayo.
I want the flim sauce with the awesome bay, with shafafa on the side.
Good afternoon and welcome everybody to another road edition of Mike Mayo's Lunchbox, and it's a big day today. We're going to get us cranked up soon on the 112,000 member Let's Eat South Florida Facebook group for our simulcast feed. But we are today at Gilbert's 17th Street Grill.
Hi
with
there.
One of our favorite people, Lenore Gilbert, proprietor extraordinaire.
Here we are.
And here we go. I am clicking the button. We're going to be being broadcast to a reach of 112,000.
My close personal friends.
Yes. Everybody on the Let's Eat group are, again, you guys are one of those rare places where everybody loves Gilbert's, because how could you not love Gilbert's, Jeff Tavares? This place is fantastic.
Well,
right?
It's overwhelming, and we were trying to, we were concerned after yesterday's show at Bert and Max's, especially that performance that you had on, what was that, the Farmhouse Burger?
Me? Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
and you really set a new pace there. And so Lenore said,
Yes.
let's suggest, something a little healthier for Mike. So she brought out the ribs, the wings, the fries, because it's National Friday.
Right.
And then
We
on
have
the
fish.
side, a little piece of salmon.
I have salmon and I have that
Tuna.
grilled ahi tuna. This is one of my go-tos when I'm eating healthier when I come
This is
to
grilled
Gilbert's.
black and tuna.
Yeah,
Yes.
and it's over the.
broccoli slaw.
You
that
can
we
overcome
make.
your guilt with that. No, you
Yeah.
really can. It's
This is
fantastic.
It's
a really nice light summery dish
Right.
that. Again, you could down that guilt-free, and that broccoli slaw is delicious.
Yeah.
And you have some of the Asian marinade, I guess a little bit of soy around it.
Right.
Yes, yeah.
We have everything.
Yeah. So, first of all, let's do a toast for French Fry Day.
French fry day.
And I don't know if sweet potato
Sweet
fries
potato
count,
fries
but
apply.
I'm
Yeah,
going
they're
to do
fries.
a
It's a
double
fry.
Yeah.
and say l'chaim, cheers, salud to everybody, na zdrovia. And here's to French Fry Day. I'm going to do a double,
All right.
and I'm going to just,
A
I'm
mixed
with you.
match.
there we go. I tell you, if you've never
The
been,
sweet potato fries are really good.
well,
Right on the money.
I call them legendary in the commercial spot that we do for Gilbert's on the Lunchbox, because anybody who I send to Gilbert's, and I've sent many through the years, I say, you've got to get the sweet potato fries.
Yes.
Because they're
Tastier than most. I mean,
Yeah.
a little bit of a tang to it that
We
you
found
don't
the
get.
sweet potato that we really like a lot. And everybody seems to like it, even if they're not sure about ordering it. And then they taste it and they say, wow, these are different. These are
It's
better.
almost as if you're growing them out back here. I mean, definitely
think so, but that's
individually.
okay.
now Lubie,
Outback.
Lubie, like these, I usually just eat the sweet potato fries by themselves, the regular fries with ketchup, of course, a little bit of salt. But Lubie is saying sweet potato fries dipped in ranch dressing is one of his favorite things.
Oh, really?
Is
Yeah.
that something you've heard of before? Or is that
No.
just Lubie being strange?
Yeah,
never
but if
happened
people ask
before.
for it, I give it.
Yeah.
I mean,
All right. He
You
probably
don't give them a look?
yeah. No, I give them the dressing.
Oh, good,
It's
good.
okay.
All right.
He's probably the type that
A variety of wings, though, here, Mike Mayo, that
French fry.
is almost, it's overwhelming and it's mystifying at the same time, because how many different flavors can you have? And all has
this
an
is not all of
amazing
them.
aroma. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
before we get into the wing rundown, I just
Okay.
wanted to say that, when I say Gilbert's, a lot of people say, oh, Gilbert's Burgers. I say, no, the actual name of the establishment is Gilbert's 17th Street Grill.
Grill.
And yeah, they have great burgers, one of the best burgers in Broward, but it's so much more here.
Yeah.
You've got the ribs, you've got the wings, you've got these fish options, you've got chicken sandwiches, you've
Yeah.
got salads, you've got that roast pork sandwich on the garlic bread that I love that brings
Right.
me back to my Brooklyn and Catskills youth.
Yeah.
So
But the soups here are homemade too, and
and
the
Oh,
salad
yeah.
dressings are all homemade.
you really
except
do
for-
your own dressings?
Yeah, there's a guy here who makes all the
That's
dressings.
extraordinary, because
Yes,
most
except
places,
for the oil and vinegar.
right. Well,
We
how
don't
you
do
gonna
that.
make that?
All right.
Yeah. But that's, again, that's part of the reason why they are Gambling Gourmet and Lunchbox approved. And besides being National French Fry Day, which we are celebrating,
It looks
What
like
else?
National Wing Day also.
what else is it? Oh, they brought out oh my God, they're
Yeah.
really trying to just
Oh,
slaughter me.
that's
this
it.
is
Beth
good.
Gilbert
That's
is
it.
here. And what else is today, Defo, on the degenerate calendar? It's like
Well,
the
it's
high
opening
holiday.
day in Saratoga.
Yep. Opening day.
Saratoga.
which has a nice little dining scene, as I recall. I was only there one time, but that downtown area has
Saratoga's beautiful.
many, kind of country, quaint, and yet upscale restaurants as well. A real good scene there. But this would be the kind of food you'd like to celebrate with, right?
Yeah.
If they had a Gilbert 17th Street grill there.
I got to get this wide shot. It's crazy.
Yeah, it would be awesome.
And we got Beth back there. We got Lubie on the mixing, soundboard, production. So the wing rundown again is this looks like jerk or
these are lemon pepper teriyaki. These are lemon pepper teriyaki.
Really?
These are Parmesan
garlic. Okay.
Beautiful.
Those are
fried.
Those
like
those
some
are fried.
buffalo
These
heat. Yeah.
These are all grilled.
Breaded fried.
These are grilled.
Okay.
And then there's grilled barbecue.
I'm gonna try one of those.
This looks like classic buffalo, but fried with the breaded and fried hot.
Nice.
Okay.
All right. I'm gonna just go with the salad. No, that's of course I'm not. I'm gonna dive in.
You have to eat at least a half a rack of ribs.
This looks intriguing. This one again was the
Go ahead.
Teriyaki.
Lemon pepper
teriyaki.
And we originally we only made lemon pepper, and we also made teriyaki. And then I had a customer, it must have been about 6-7 years ago, came in and asked if we could mix the flavors together. And it was a customer who suggested it.
Why not?
And I did it for them. And when they made it in the kitchen area, everybody turned around and looked because the smell was so unique to the restaurant that we had to put it on the menu. Oh. So I do mix flavors.
And I tell you what, it's like when you go
a good mix.
When you go to Carvel and you do the swirl with the mix of flavors. The same thing with the wings. That
this
works
is all
completely.
You have to try one of these barbecue wings.
Yeah.
Okay.
Come on.
Never mind, the diet.
No,
Put
because
the crunch factor here is significant for you.
We all have our subjective food things. I've never been a fan of breaded wings. I'm just the guy that
you like them naked. Like
give me
this.
a naked and give me a grilled naked wing, and I'm a happy camper.
This might change your mind about that.
Well, I'm going to try it, but first I'm going to go into the lemon Parmesan.
It's all right.
And again, we're here at Gilbert's. It's in the Cordova shops on South Cordova Road.
Off of 17th Street Causeway.
Right, just south of the 17th Street Causeway. There's a Publix in the shopping center, Total Wine. And it's easy to find. It's right on the little corner
Really easy
here.
to find, yeah.
And again, Lenore,
yes.
You guys keep outdoing yourselves.
Well,
how do you come up with all these different things to keep adding to the menu?
I think what happens is we listen to the customers. We see what they want. And every once in a while, like I said, with the lemon pepper teriyaki, sometimes people ask for certain things and it seems to work. And I'm not above taking somebody's suggestion.
No.
It seems to work. And every once in a while, like we just recently, I don't want to talk about burgers, but we just recently put on the burger menu. We put what we do?
Baked brie?
No. Brie cheese we have, but we did I'm trying to remember the name.
Well, I'm working my way across the wing spectrum.
Yeah.
I am going now into the breaded, and this is the hot buffalo wings.
Yes, those are hot.
I'm going to go into
these are outstanding.
That's barbecue.
As tasty as anything I've had.
And I will conclude with the barbecue. Yeah. I will eat everything and anything because that's how we roll.
This is going to win you over. I guarantee you, Mike Mayo. You'll be raving about the barbecue wings here at Gilbert's.
Your wings are so plump. I mean,
good.
But how do you source these?
Well, they're not baby wings.
No.
They're adult wings. How about that? I don't know. But the burger I was thinking about was somebody asked us for the maple bacon jam burger.
Oh, right.
And I went to the chef and I said, I've never heard of that. And he said, well, it means I have to make maple bacon jam. And he started doing it and people come in and ask for it now. So every once in a while, it's something that's suggested that we kind of catch on to.
Right. And I think we did sample that the last time we were here last month, our inaugural visit.
Yeah.
And that was fantastic.
Yeah.
And so, again, you can come in here and there's, I guess, over a dozen combinations and varieties of specialty burgers on the menu. Yeah. But you also have this whole thing. So, even if somebody in your group is not necessarily a big burger eater.
Right.
There's so much here for them to enjoy.
It's very addicting, though. You have to be careful because
sweet potato fries are addicting.
Yeah, and you can't stop eating. These barbecue wings are really phenomenal. And what was the deal on the pork sandwich, Mike Mayo?
I think forget about it after. You're going to have to hose me down right now.
He's assembling the usual child's plate, which is characteristic of any of the shows, where everything is half eaten. It's great. And then we haven't even gotten into, and this always amazes me, the shakes and the different ice cream things that you have.
Yeah. I don't know. It just, yeah. Oh, the shakes. Didn't we do that last time we were
did.
here?
Yeah.
We did the shakes.
You
Yeah.
don't need any more shakes.
Yeah, we're not. We're
I
trying
mean,
to diet.
No.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Well, we're trying to separate
Yeah,
things.
no, and
You know, the ribs are really
I want to
good.
get into the ribs. I don't know if Lubie's going to be able to do a little surgery on them.
Here, do you want to
Because
cut
you
them?
serve them. This is how you serve them, like a full
Yeah,
rack.
that's a full rack. I
and then
also
people
make a
just pull
half
them
rack.
apart.
Yeah,
And these look like. Why don't you go in the middle?
you could
there,
just
Lubie?
separate it. Yeah.
You're just not that I'm picky, but I do like to get the
He wants
middle,
the center.
the middle center part. They're all the same ribs, but don't give me gruff. Look at Lubie.
Yeah.
Lubie's like talking back.
Here's
Today.
passing you the ribs.
There you go.
I'm not being weird. I'm putting in a special request. Like if you go to a pizza parlor and you see the
I want the
Sicilian
little
pie
one.
and you say, I want the corner or I want the
Thanks.
middle.
But
I
you're
mean,
the guy
Perfect.
that has the,
Good.
at the 7-Eleven is being particular about the pickled pig's feet that they have there. That stuff that's in like, whatever solution that is they put it in. And the guy pulls one out. It's disgusting. And you say, no, not that one, the other one.
I know. I know what I want. Like
What do you
people
think?
at
What
the
do you think?
deli-
Oh, that's me. Wow.
Oh, wow.
See,
Here
I
comes
ordered
a
this
burger.
cheeseburger because I'm just a
Defoe
big
just
fan of
had to
the.
say he needed
Yes.
a
Straight up
basic
burger, yeah.
cheeseburger.
This is what he wanted.
And that
Thank you
looks
very
delicious.
much. It looks great. Ketchup,
Lenora.
yes, yeah, sure.
What?
I don't think we have enough food.
I'm sorry. Maybe we don't have enough table space. I don't know.
This is quite the extravaganza.
That's good.
Let's talk a little bit about the roast pork sandwich.
Oh, the
'cause we-
roast pork on
we
garlic
talked
bread.
about it last time,
Right.
but we didn't actually sample it.
Okay. Well,
And-
it's a roast pork loin. We have a special pan
I'm going
that
to pick it up
it sits into.
and I'm going to show it because I don't know if you could see like there's
It's a-
these pink edges on it, and
Yes.
we'll take pictures and post them on.
Well, the roast pork
Instagram
becomes
later.
pink because of the rub we get from Hawaii.
Mhm.
We get like this Chinese rub, and it makes it pink on the outside. And then we put it on a garlic bread hoagie roll, and we serve it with sweet Chinese duck
A
sauce.
little duck sauce,
Yeah.
and sometimes I request the Chinese mustard. I
Oh,
don't know if
you want the
have,
hot mustard? I have hot
you have a
mustard
little
here.
hot mustard. I
Yeah.
don't need it now. We don't.
You
need
don't
to
need
go
it
out.
now?
I'm not going to be
Hi
that
there.
difficult. I'm going to be difficult with Lubie, but
If
do
you
know
get charged extra, are you going to complain
no,
on the Chinese
they
mustard?
would never
Yeah.
charge
I
for the
need Chinese
condiments
mustard.
here. Defo, are you familiar with this sandwich from either New York or
It's
the
a New York
Catskills?
sandwich.
Yeah, I've kind of seen them. I'm sure I've tasted them, but
I love it.
that one looks particularly
right?
delicious.
Sometimes I like to get the duck sauce in a flatter container so I can just take the sandwich and dip it.
Mhm.
Like if you do like a dip.
You know me.
Very
Like
nice.
sometimes I would just take a bite and then have a chug the duck sauce as a chaser.
A swig.
A swig as a
A
chaser.
swig.
Yeah. So, I'm not going to do that now
A
because
good
that
idea.
Yeah.
will be too repulsive and you'll never invite us back, and we can't have
No,
that.
no. You're welcome here anytime.
Oh, thank you.
What do you think of the ribs? I didn't catch
Oh,
that.
they're fall
Yeah.
off the bone, terrific,
Yes.
and they've
Yeah.
got really nice flavor, good little marinade, and also a little sauce on the side.
But we own
on top.
we own the dry rub. It's trademarked to us. It has been for years
Right.
under our original first restaurant,
Mhm.
and
I was out
we
in
still buy it.
Plantation.
Yeah,
Okay.
the Kansas City,
Mhm.
and the chef makes his own barbecue sauce.
Oh, very nice.
That's really good.
So I think it's a combination that it just works.
And for the people who like the tender fall off the bone ribs, these would be that
It's easy.
camp. It's
Yes, right.
good. Very, very tender,
They're not tough at
very
all.
flavorful.
Yeah,
then,
and we
of
don't
course-
boil the ribs here either. We have a special way of wrapping them and roasting them.
Mm.
It's a whole procedure that goes on.
That's good because a lot of
Yeah.
people frown on the parboiling of the
Yeah.
ribs, even though it makes it fall off.
Chinese
Oh, now I
mustard.
got my Chinese.
look at
mustard.
you.
See?
Now I'm gonna dunk the little corner here
Okay, you
of
got
my
it?
roast pork in the
Okay,
Chinese.
that's
hot
Chinese mustard.
I'm gonna take another bite.
Okay.
And Defo,
I may have to
He can
carry
eat and talk at the
carry
same
it for a few
time.
minutes.
How
Yeah.
does he do that?
He he feels it's necessary for some reason, but
Do you really?
now isn't that something you have to get a picture of that, Lenora? Because
Yeah.
this is how we marvel at the number of things that he can consume during the show. But then it really does look like, doesn't it look like the kids' plate
Yeah,
when you
it
take it
does,
away?
yeah. Right.
well,
It's classic.
Mr. Sports play-by-play man, can you give a recap of what's on my
Well,
plate? All the
I don't
different-
know. You didn't comment on. I thought those barbecue wings were as outstanding as anything I've had, honestly, in terms of wings here. And there are a lot of great places you can get wings, but those are absolutely delicious.
Well,
Fantastic.
for those who like the barbecue sauce, that's kind of a little sweet and tangy.
Yeah.
That would be your wing.
But
Right.
I'm normally like give it to me piping hot. I didn't try that yet, but
Okay.
yeah.
But we can do hot wings where we can make them grilled.
make them grilled.
And the
You don't
grilled,
have-
you know,
I mean-
that's a great option too. I mean,
You
no
know, and
question
same
about
thing,
it.
yeah, with the barbecue sauce.
Absolutely fantastic.
No, again, I love when you give me a grilled wing with some of these different kind of more of the savory and umami sauces
Yes.
like that, the teriyaki
Yeah, I like
with
this
the
a lot.
lemon pepper or the garlic parmesan. That's great.
Yeah.
Both of these are right up my alley. The hot fried ones,
Yeah.
pretty good.
Nice.
And they got a nice kick to it. So
I'm not a hot person.
um,
Wow. No,
It's all right.
it's all good here at Gilbert's. Again, if you've never been here,
You haven't dabbled in the salmon though yet. Notice you bypassed
well,
and that was the
Oh.
thing I said. I want to just have some light fish today. Look at
Yeah,
me.
we-
Look
we-
at me.
we
It's,
threw you a real curveball
my,
here.
my cholesterol has risen by 100 points
Well,
already.
Let's
Well,
not
before
go
you got
there.
here, Lenore, Lubie
Yeah.
and I had a private meeting, and we said this time we're going to get him.
Yeah, they
He's
always
coming in here
try.
on this bogus health kick, and let's eat some really good stuff. Here.
Okay.
Now, let me ask you. I understood that you traveled this week to New York, one of
Yes.
my native town.
Right.
How are things doing up in New York? Pretty hot and steamy? or-
Hot and steamy, and it was very crowded. And
He's stealing my plate.
I have a new respect for our roadways.
Okay.
It was really bad driving.
Oh,
The
yeah.
roads are very sad
Oh,
And
really?
that was
Up
the
in
one
Long
thing, even
Island
though we
or in the
got
city or
everywhere,
everywhere.
everywhere, because we went to Connecticut too.
Okay.
My daughter had
Potholes and
clients,
just
litter,
litter.
cracks, holes.
Wow.
You know how our roads, the sides of our roads are always clean,
Yeah.
and there's never stuff laying around there. This was like a mess.
Mm.
And I was so glad when we came home, and even though we got home at 3:00 in the morning the other night,
And that was a travel nightmare, which I'm hearing everybody who's been traveling the
Yeah.
last couple of weeks say
It's been
just
bad.
it's a disaster.
yeah,
Was it a weather related thing?
it
or
was
it just
everything. It was the heat, and then it was the rain.
Okay.
So they had really bad rain, so a lot of things were washed away.
Oh, okay.
And
Like
then,
we had the flooding here in April that I'm still dealing with the cleanup.
yes,
in
and
my
I
house.
gather the bad weather is coming back there towards the end of this week.
Oh, that's
They're
not
going to
good.
have 3 days of rain, and I don't know where the water's going to go
Ooh.
because it was like all over the place.
Well,
I
this
mean-
is all part of the new normal.
Yeah, so
and
the city was hot and sticky and very crowded.
when you go back to New York, and I
Right.
assume that you grew up in New York,
I'm
right?
from Brooklyn.
Brooklyn.
I'm
Me
from
and you?
Brooklyn.
Oh,
Yeah.
and so is
Yeah,
Defo.
lots
So
of them.
we got 3 Brooklynites. What
Right.
was your neighborhood growing up? It was-
I guess it was Flatbush, but I lived off of Kings Highway. I went to James Madison High
Oh,
School.
My brother Stephen went to Madison, and
Oh, really?
as did
Oh, it was a
I
big
think
school.
didn't Supreme Court Justice Ruth
Uh,
Bader Ginsburg?
Ruth
go-
Bader Ginsburg, Chuck Schumer. We went to school
Chuck
together.
Schumer. Chuck
Chucky.
Schumer
Chucky.
was my local congressman before he became a senator, and he
Right.
attended my Eagle Scout ceremony
Did he
at Temple
really?
Shalom of Flatbush.
You were an Eagle Scout.
I am an Eagle
Oh,
Scout because
yeah.
once you're an Eagle Scout,
You
Oh,
are
yeah,
forever.
that's it, yeah.
So and that you would never have guessed that, would you?
No,
Tito?
no. I mean, I hardly see you as some kind of woodsman or adventurer.
A campfire kind of guy.
Well, I could barely rub 2 sticks together, but I can cook with a campfire. So
Oh,
all right,
okay.
I'm
Go
gonna
ahead.
I'm gonna ask you a question before I dive into this
Go ahead.
lovely
The tuna.
the seared ahi tuna with the Asian broccoli slaw, which
Right.
is one of my favorites. When you go to New York, are there any must places you go for eating and just you have to have?
Well, this trip, because of the hours that we arrived and left, we didn't have a lot of time. We did make one stop at a diner in Queens, and that was kind of cool because it was a real old school diner.
Mhm.
Okay, and it was what you expect.
What'd you get?
More food than you never ever want to see on a plate. It kind of dripped off the
Huh.
edges of the plate.
I don't like this.
The waitress
My God.
the waitress was surprised that we couldn't finish what we were eating. I guess they expect everybody must be a big eater up there because there was, and she said, "Are you finished? Do you want to take it with you?" And I said, "Not on your life. I mean, this was not happening."
What
But-
did you order? Was it like just a big?
I think I had a Reuben.
Mm.
I had a Reuben
Mhm.
with corned beef and cheese and onions, and it was good. Yeah, it was good, but it was a lot of food.
Do you always like? Do you try to always get like to a bagel shop or a pizza place?
No,
up
well,
there?
bagels I think I can find down here pretty well. I think my biggest problem is really good Chinese food and pizza. Okay, because the best pizza I've ever had in my life was under the train station on Kings Highway.
Armando's.
Okay, yeah.
Armando's.
Well, it wasn't even a place. You had to stand at a counter
Right,
because it was right
but
underneath the
the
staircase.
name of that pizza place where I consumed hundreds of slices because I
Okay.
used to go to travel to and from high school every day. I took
The
the
train.
the D
D
train
train.
or the QB from the Kings Highway station, and I would always get a slice
Yeah.
depending on whatever time of day or night. And the name of the pizza place was Armando's Pizza. Like you said,
Yeah.
just a counter
Just a counter.
underneath the train tracks.
Right.
And they had the greatest square Sicilian slices. And they also had
Definitely.
a counter guy named Red.
You
who-
remember this?
Of course. Do you?
Oh, no, I don't remember anything. I'm old.
Red was a big, shaggy, kind of chubby guy. And
Everybody knew Red.
everybody knew Red. Everybody ragged on Red.
Oh, really?
And but Red, at the end of the day, he got you your slices. And,
Yeah.
and sometimes not in the most efficient manner, but he got the job done.
Oh, okay. All right. That sounds
you bring
good.
back all these great memories, Lenore.
Well, food is everybody's life. I don't know. A lot of all different kinds of people have certain food groups that they relate to, or they have memories of, and those don't fade. And as much as you maybe try to recapture them when you get older, I think your tastes change. But every once in a while, you can go back to that. That there's that thing
nostalgia.
that thing you remember. It's like
It's a powerful thing.
I
Look,
remember.
she's waxing poetic here more than
fantastic,
I
yeah.
Oh, I'm
do.
sorry.
No, it's great. I love it. I
Okay.
love the way
Well,
that you.
the thing I remember most about pizza was you had to fold the paper in, so when you folded the paper, the oil didn't drip down your arm. And
That was
most
a
people
technique,
don't
sure,
know that.
yeah.
You take the paper and you put it over it, and then the oil drips into the paper.
He loved when the grease would pull down.
I like the cheese and the grease just dripping off my chin.
no,
there.
that's not a good look.
As you were applying for a job, you still had like mozzarella on your face. Yeah.
Well, what I did, and some people frown upon it, but I was one of those pat down the slices with your napkins or
Yeah.
paper towels, and you blot the slice to
Really?
get the
That's a
oil and the
disgrace.
grease
Yeah.
off.
Yeah,
No.
that's a
You-
disgrace.
no. You
That
had
really
to have
is.
it run off. You didn't blot it.
How did
with
he become
paper.
a food
I was a
critic with a
blotter.
move like that? Unbelievable.
And then
yeah.
I would squeeze it into my mouth, but no, it was because I didn't like all the drips and the drabs everywhere. I
Well,
like to get it again. There was an
You had to
appropriate
allow your
amount of
taste to evolve.
slickness and oil and grease, but when it's like
Well,
rivulets, just
It wasn't grease. It was oil.
Oil.
There's a difference.
Yeah.
Well, it's a matter
It's
of
what?
the type of cheese they use. It's not like they're pouring olive oil, the extra virgin olive oil. Some of these places, these fancy pizza joints,
Yeah.
do that now.
Yes.
To finish off the pie, they pour a little of this like premium
Yeah.
grade olive oil on it. But
No.
back in the day, it was the type of cheese they used, and some of the cheese just was a little bit greasy.
It was just the way they
Yeah,
made it.
oily.
Yeah.
and oily.
Oily.
It's
Yeah,
gonna be
but,
grease.
but you know what? It was also classic, and it was delicious.
I can't see you going in there with a bunch of guys, tough guys from Brooklyn, and you're blotting your pizza. Come on.
You didn't do that.
Yeah, you would have got the crap
My
beat out
friend
of
Jeff
you.
Green.
Yeah.
My friend Jeff Green was the original blotter. Other friends
And
of
where is
ours,
he today?
Bill,
Where is he today?
he's a multimillionaire in the whole
Oh, yeah,
world.
all right.
Yeah.
Well,
But
all right.
the other friends would mock him. But then I ended up joining Jeff's camp. I was like, you know what? It makes sense. I did like
Let's
the blowing,
hope
so-
he takes care of you with his millions of dollars later on in life.
Oh,
Siding with him, yeah.
so here we are at Gilbert's, going down
It
memory
is
lane.
outrageous. The whole thing. That rub on the ribs is fantastic.
Yeah, the dry
Everything is
rub.
fantastic.
Different, yeah.
I just had the fish. Oh, let me taste the salmon because I've never had the salmon here.
You have to,
believe it or
you
Salmon
have to
is
dig
really
into that,
good.
not. Is
yeah.
it? Yeah. And,
Oh, you got it. Okay.
And again, it looks nice
Salmon
and grilled
here is-
on the outside, but nice and moist on the inside. Oh my
Sam-
god!
Salmon here is North Atlantic wild catch.
And
We
it's-
get
it
the
melt-
whole fish here, and the chef fillets it himself.
Really?
Yeah, it's kind of cool.
Oh, it's,
Not all fish comes in like that, but the salmon comes in. It's a big thing.
it's cooked perfectly. It's melting in your mouth. It's not
Yeah.
overcooked on the inside, but it has that good
Yeah,
char on the outside. That good.
try not to
exterior.
cremate it.
Don't cremate
That's a
it.
crime.
That is a crime with the
Okay.
salmon. Very well done, Lenora.
But
You always deliver the goods, both
Never
with the
cease to
food
amaze. Unbelievable.
I don't
and
know.
with the content. I mean, you said, "Oh, I don't like coming on. Only
Yeah.
10 minutes," and here we are, 25 minutes into the show.
Are we 25 minutes into
yeah,
the show?
because when you come on,
Oh, I'm
it's
going to have to
just-
charge extra.
Well, it is great. We love you. We love coming here.
Thank you. Thank you
We're
very
so
much.
happy that you are on board the Lunchbox Express and
Mm.
part of the family now as sponsors. And again, I urge everybody to come in here.
Mm.
Lenora is usually here. If Lenora's not here, Richie, her son, is
Rich
always
is here. The chef is always here. He's
Chef.
married to my daughter.
Right.
I
Chef
mean,
Corwin.
this-
And
And
Yeah, they do a great job.
Yeah.
Come on in. You won't be disappointed. And leave room for dessert, or at least take a dessert home in a box.
Oh, that key lime
That's what
pie.
I
Yeah.
usually do.
Wow.
Yeah, we're not having any more key lime pie today.
No
Okay.
more
We're
of
going to
that.
save
Yeah.
that for the next time.
That's fine.
All right,
Yeah.
you've eaten enough.
Look, now
Yeah.
this. Look at
He's
this.
not even started
Now,
yet. What are you
this is
talking about,
the
Lenore?
shot.
That's only one segment.
I'm going to take an overhead view of this
Yeah.
plate. And
An
take a
aerial shot.
Because
Sky
that
cam.
is
There's a major
The-
announcement, by the way, that we have to make about your friend, the Burger Beast.
okay.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, he's here supporting
well, he's
us
here
and
and,
supporting Gilbert's. He loves.
He's no longer a virgin. I can make that statement here. He had his first knish today.
Oh, he had a knish?
He had a knish at Grandpa's.
Oh, wow.
He
Yeah.
didn't even tell me. He was around the corner from
Yeah.
me this morning. He went to Grandpa's, is one of our
But
sponsors
imagine
at Well.
waiting this
Right.
long in life to have your first knish.
Oh, that's sad.
He's
Yeah.
a Cuban kid from Westchester in Miami. What does he know from knishes? He knows croquetas, but that's great. He
Oh.
had the, you know what kind
He
had?
loved it, by the way. He's now addicted, and he
had
ordered from the what is the food thing though where you order online? He ordered a
Gold-
dozen from Jonas Schimmels.
No, he didn't do that. He went to
Schimmels.
Grandpa's in Dania Beach. He saw the fresh house-made knishes, and the
Yeah.
one that called his name, of course, was the one that they fill with hot dogs, the hot dog knish with potatoes.
No,
They do-
no, that's not authentic. They
a
put
hot dog
potatoes
knish.
in it?
It's like
Yeah.
having the
No.
jelly and the peanut butter already.
They
I
do
mean,
a hot dog
Yeah.
knish
Yeah, it
there.
takes the fun out of it. I don't know.
I prefer the straight up, potato or kasha.
Right.
But Beast, he has a reputation to live up to. He has to
Well,
have
he hasn't missed a
some
meal.
kind of childhood menu item stuffed in every item of food that he eats. So he had the
Right.
hot dog knish, which is
Yeah.
really
Okay.
good there. My mother used to have him for lunch.
I was so proud of him. I mean, finally, after all these years,
Yeah.
he admitted, that he hadn't had one before. Which, you're deprived of a lot of life at that point, right?
No, and I think he also got one of those great big breakfast sandwiches on the bagels that they do there that Lubie likes so much.
And he's
So-
eating a piece of key lime pie right
Have
now.
you been there? Do you go there for the bagels? Because you
No.
mentioned you found some good bagel
No, up
places.
near where I live. In
Oh.
Deerfield, I have a really nice bagel
What's
place.
your bagel spot? You're allowed to say it.
No, I'm not. No.
All right.
No.
Well, we love Grandpa's. You should try. I'm going to bring you
Yeah.
a couple of theirs
That would be
because they are
nice.
very.
Real good.
I could send them food.
They are authentic. Like those guys, Mark Fried and Goldberg, have bagel shops all over Long Island and Rockland
Right.
County, and they both grew up in Brooklyn. Mark Fried actually started at the bagel shop that I used to go to with my dad, Bell
Really?
Bagels and Bell Bialys in
Oh.
Canarsie.
Bialys. That's that.
But,
I got a bagel
They make
place.
a proper bagel there. So I'm going to bring you a half dozen with some
Okay.
lox and cream cheese as a
nice
gift one of these days.
Okay.
And I know you're closed on Sundays here because traditionally that would be the bagel and lox day.
Yes, I know.
for
So I buy bagels and
trifling.
lox in my house.
Yes, but I'll bring you some when you come in later in the week.
You have to explain it to him. I mean, you really do.
I'm sorry.
It's all right.
I'm sorry.
No, he needs the help.
I need all kinds of help
He
today.
goes into a food coma.
But I tell you what,
Well, I
This-
can
this-
understand why.
this half hour flew by, especially
Did
when
it
I was
really?
stuffing my face with everything
was
under
great,
the
yeah.
sun.
Really?
I think I ate a bite of everything.
Oh, that's good.
I believe you
And
did.
I win a prize, which is
Yeah, diet tomorrow.
Yeah.
That's a
Doctor's
four-letter
visit
word.
free on the house on Medicare.
all right. We're gonna let Lenore go back to taking care of
Okay.
Thank you,
all
Lenore.
the
Bye,
Always a
guys.
pleasure. Yeah,
Thank you so
absolutely
much.
great.
Appreciate
Yeah.
it. We'll see
Lenore,
you
ladies
again
and
next
gentlemen.
month. And we always love our visits.
She turns
to
you into
Gilbert's.
Johnny Carson.
Yeah,
man.
and
She
then
really
we're going to
does.
welcome
Yeah.
Lubie back to the set, unless Beth wants to stop by, but it's all good. We could. She never wants to come on. She's shy. Lubie's here, and you know what? Now is the time.
Wait, before you go to a spot,
yes,
Andy, and we love Andy, and hopefully he's feeling better, but he is really good with the off-air commentary.
oh yeah,
And this is, people may take this as a negative. I think we all, especially in the tribe, had family members that did this, especially mothers, grandmothers, great-grandmothers. And it was like, I love Lenore, great restaurant. She does a great job. And she reminds me, she feels like she fits in with my grandmother's and my mother's mahjong group. 100%. I can see her with my grandma,
no doubt
bang,
about it, yeah.
pow.
I dot
with
your
the
bear. Yeah,
tiles.
whatever that is. Yeah. All right.
she fits in anywhere. She's such a
No, she's classic.
people person. That's why people who come here, they love the whole family-run vibe. We love Gilbert's too. Another place that you're going to love with that family vibe, our friends at Tropical Acres.
100%.
And as soon as I finish
As you're
chopping on
chewing.
the pork sandwich,
Well, first of all, it's not Monday or Tuesday, so you miss out on the half-price bottle of wine. But they have happy hour every day. They do great prices. They have right now. They're doing the twin lobster special, $39 in the week. $45.
44 on
44
Saturday
on
nights,
the
I think.
weekends, but it's a Saturday night where you're going to get one lobster, let alone two for $44. Again, happy hour every day, open to 6:30. Half price on
Everything.
every
every
food
cocktail in
and
the house,
cocktails.
half
Okay, cocktails. half
price. And then
price.
they have really good light
Light
bites, like those sirloin sliders are excellent.
Yep.
And escargot and caprese salad, and also some chicken wings. And they have all kinds of good bites there. We love Tropical Acres, Jack Studiali. And
I
his
like when they
sons.
wheel out that dessert cart too. At
Oh,
the
I
end.
th-
Oh,
it really has a
classic,
nice
yeah.
touch.
They do have a nice dessert cart.
And the
So they-
service is great. That's what's funny is they don't rush you out. People are, I think, so accustomed to being rushed out that the fact that they're more laissez-faire about things, I think it weirds. I think that's
They're old
a
school.
lot of it.
It's like old world dining. It's from a time when you could go with a group
Enjoy your
of
food.
people and schmooze and talk, have
Tidbits.
conversations. I mean, obviously, they also are crowded on the weekends. They want to turn tables. But if you're like the last one in there at a 9 o'clock seating, you're free to stay there as long as you want. Have your coffee, have your dessert, have your after dinner drink. They're going to take great care of you. 2500 Griffin Road, tropicalacres.com. They have entertainment now also.
Nice.
Besides the piano player and the lounge, and they also get some performers in there that put on all these shows. And what are you doing? You're
He's
counting
counting
up,
the
Counting up
dishes.
11 dishes in total, and you tried them all.
and it's all on this plate right
I
now.
love how you only take a bite.
That is
from
awesome.
every-
Tropical Acres open every day but Sunday,
Yep.
and they also have the butcher shop if you want to go in and pick up a couple of those beautiful filet mignon,
Yep.
or butterfly,
Cuts of beef,
the
yep.
nice barrel cut. That's open from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Tropical Acres, tell them the Lunchbox sent you.
All right, it's only 10 dishes because the fries were duplicated.
Yeah,
so,
it's two fries.
Yeah, I don't want to
Well, how about the
have a
celery
miscount
sticks?
here. You didn't attempt any of those.
Yeah.
What would be the point?
Some broccoli.
More from
I'm going to
Gilbert's.
go to the break.
There he
with
goes.
some
He's going
broccoli.
healthy. I get some greens in his system. More from Gilbert's in
Oh,
a
let's
moment.
go. It's Mayo for Gilbert's 17th Street Grill. You know me. I love family-run places with quality food at fair prices, served with passion and pride. And that's why I love Gilbert's. For more than a decade, Lenore, Beth, and Richie Gilbert have been serving up the best burgers, wings, ribs, salads, and desserts. It's a fast casual spot. Everything prepared fresh to order from an immaculate open kitchen. They're at 1821 Cordova Road in Fort Lauderdale in the Cordova Shops just south of 17th Street. Open every day but Sunday. One of my favorite burgers in South Florida. Big, round, juicy pucks of 100% Angus beef, char grilled to perfection. And don't miss the sweet potato fries on the side. They're legendary. Go to Gilbert's, feast, and be happy. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. When I'm looking for some wicked good food for a wicked good lunch, there's only one place to go. That's Wicked Cheesesteaks in Fort Lauderdale. It's at 4824 North Federal Highway, just south of Commercial Boulevard and across from Holy Cross Hospital. My friend Brian there, he will hook you up with some really tasty treats. They've got cheesesteaks just like the best you can find in Philly, along with lobster rolls, because that's where he's from, Maine originally. And they have wings and pizza and everything you want to have a really good time. Wicked Cheesesteaks, they're open every day but Tuesday. Go in there on a Wednesday. They got buy one, get one on cheesesteaks from 5 to 8 p.m. Check them out online, wickedcheesesteaks.com. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. If you're looking for a great place for steak, Mayo here for Delaware Chicken Farm and Seafood Market. Since 1951, family owned for over 70 years, the home of freshness. I've been a customer for over 3 decades, and it's the place to go for poultry, steaks, meats, and of course, their unbelievable selection of fish and seafood. They've got it all. Key West pink shrimp, grouper, snapper, lobster, and of course, Florida stone crab claws of all sizes. Don't forget their famous fish dip and a full selection of prepared foods. It's located at 4191 North State Road 7 in Hollywood, just across from the Seminole Classic Casino. Owner Doug Carter and crew will take great care of you. Make sure to check out their weekly specials and daily catch online at DelawareChicken.com. Quality, value, freshness, that's the Delaware way. Tell them Mike Mayo and the Lunchbox sent you. Do you like pizza? Who doesn't like pizza? Well, my spot for pizza is the Pizza Spot. It's in that little bit hard to find Riverside Park neighborhood of Fort Lauderdale, but it's totally easy to love. It's at 601 Southwest 12th Avenue, New Haven style. A pizza from Wade and Reese. It's a lovely outdoor spot. You could also pick up pies to go at 754 779 7788. 754 779 7788. Again, they're open every day but Monday for lunch and dinner. Some of the best pizza I've ever had. Go to Pizza Spot. They also have subs, salads, and more. Tell them the Gambling Gourmet sent you. If you like seafood in a comfortable setting, outdoors, even keel fish shack at the corner of A1A and Commercial Boulevard in Lauderdale by the Sea, that's my spot. It's upscale food in a down-home setting. The chef owners, Dave and Brad, do a terrific job with all the seafood classics that you want. They have the best grilled oysters in town, bang bang shrimp, lobster rolls, and deli fish specials. They also have weekend brunch Saturday and Sunday. They have deli happy hour 4 to 7, and they also have other weekly specials like mussels on Monday and oysters on Tuesday. Go to Even Keel Fish Shack and tell them that the Lunchbox sent you. We got dessert. Oh, we're back at Gilbert's, and Lenore, like the good restaurant owner she is, she's clearing spots and places and combining things. And I guess she just can't help herself, like I can't either. She says, I said, what are you doing? She goes, I got to clear some room for dessert. I was like, I thought I don't get dessert. I thought I need to go on a diet.
Oh, my
we
goodness.
can't resist when we're here. And she makes some of those great
How
cakes and
does
pies.
she stay so fit here around all this
She
food?
runs
It's
around on
unbelievable.
her feet all day.
Yeah.
I bet if she put a pedometer will probably be logging close to a half marathon a day, if not
We're gonna
more.
get Beth on one of these days. She
Yeah,
won't
Beth
will
is
never
very
come
shy.
on.
She
She's
likes-
shy like her mother was shy, even though her mother steals the show every time, as we love her so. I feel like Beth will be a chip off the young block, but
Yes.
not today, I guess. But one of these days, we're
One
gonna
of
get
these
Beth on
days,
there.
we'll I guess, soften her up and
We
get
got her
her
husband, the chef,
to come
on. We have
Well,
her mother, like I think we
Chef
got Richie
Corwin.
on.
Richie, this is such a great family-run establishment. And
Oh,
wow,
here we
they're
go.
dropping
See,
in
you have to
dessert.
No wonder
describe
they
the
always got all this
desserts.
stuff out.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Forget French Fry Day. We're, I guess, going to be celebrating, like Chocolate Day was last week.
Send this
We
out
missed
here.
that.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh-oh, we're getting
It's on
rid
my
of
child's
things.
plate.
We've got things going and coming. Thank you, Beth. All right, what do we have?
Wow.
It looks like we've got an assortment of cookies fresh out of the
Oh,
oven.
That looks fantastic.
And it looks like we have a diabetes sandwich, a like Rice Krispie
Wow.
cakes with a fudge chocolate
Oh,
center.
get out of here.
Oh, and she did bring the key lime pie. Wait, oh my goodness gracious. Oh, this is crazy. And that looks like the traditional ricotta cheesecake. Is that the cheesecake? Is that come on, sit down, put on the that's it.
Oh, beautiful.
We're gonna yes,
You
we
kidnapped
do.
her into the
I
show.
like this.
But we suck
There you
in a
go,
good
perfect.
All right, you totally sucked me into this. All right.
way. Nobody can
This
resist
is
the charms
awful.
of the lunchbox.
Yeah.
Welcome to
Okay.
the program, Beth Gilbert.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for having us out. And as always, you and your mom and your brother and your husband, they just take such great care of us. What do we have here on the dessert buffet?
All right, so we've got Mom's homemade key lime pie, which is delicious. It's like a mix of that tart and sweet. Like she does such a good key lime pie. The consistency is delicious.
With whipped cream and lime zest,
Yes.
which is essential.
And there are really only 3 ingredients, which I'm not allowed to know or learn how to make either, because she prevents me
She's
from
gotta
being
pass
allowed
it
to do
on,
it. I
doesn't
don't
she?
know.
No?
She holds that real tight locked, so I don't think she ever is.
Okay, at some point,
Yeah.
hopefully, yes.
We got her homemade cheesecake.
This is
Yeah,
my favorite.
which
My
is
mom's favorite. She loves
delicious.
that style.
And
yeah.
she makes it with like a homemade blueberry sauce, which is really wonderful. Like it's
That right
absolutely
here.
delicious.
I'm gonna I'm not gonna pour it on. We'll just leave it off to the side
Okay.
for those who want it.
Yeah. Try not to slime everything before
right.
we all get a crack at it there, Mike Mayo.
What's the Rice
Okay,
Krispie
so we
treat
make
pie
we
here?
make homemade cookies and Rice Krispie treats. So this one is like a double Rice Krispie treat stuffed with like fudge icing
Oh my
and
God.
sprinkles.
And what's on top? Like a
That's
brownie?
like a brownie with like
This has-
sprinkles.
You know, my trademark patented move on the lunchbox is trying to unhinge my jaw as wide as possible.
I
Well,
don't
you know,
think you
there's
can do
a
it.
trick to it.
I think you
Yeah.
should try
My
one.
mom
Yeah.
told me there's a trick. So you
I'm going
pick it
in.
up
I'm going
and then you're gonna twist it.
twisting it.
Yeah, you
Twist it.
twist it so
Okay.
you eat half of it.
You got to
So
use a little
go- so you
Joey
go like
Chestnut
this.
technique.
No,
Yeah.
I'm not twisting it.
You're
I'm gonna
not. You're
open my
going
whole
all
mouth.
in.
There we go.
I'm
Watch
gonna
this.
go all
You
in,
go-
but I'm gonna take off this or
Yeah.
like
You may never see anything quite like
Yeah,
this.
I'm
right.
This
Here
is
we go.
intriguing.
No, you might want to duck back
Yeah,
a
I
little bit.
guess so, yeah.
for sure.
I'm like, wait,
we get something to
he's
block,
just
uh,
going
Soft.
in.
It's a Rice Krispie Cup.
Do you have a towel?
This is the first. A dessert
No, not a
sandwich.
napkin. A towel. We need.
Oh, a towel?
He needs a cut man after this.
Well, they're pretty.
Oh my God!
My God.
While trembling, people. While
I've
trembling.
never seen that. Like, I've really never seen that before.
Well,
I'm done.
so,
that's it.
so the right way to eat it, though, like as a trick
Oh,
to doing
there's
it,
no right way with mayo.
you're going to just twist it.
There
so
you
you
go.
get the fudge, and you can eat both halves.
How delicate was that? That was beautiful.
Now I know.
All right.
Like a zoo animal. This
I
guy.
think I hurt myself on that one. I think it was a dislocation that just occurred.
We're increasing the dental insurance on mayo. Oh, look at this. Very
That's
nice.
fantastic.
It's good, right?
Yeah. Next time I'll try the twisty way.
Yeah, the twisty
I'm
way is a
glad,
little
you
easier.
hedged off on the salmon though earlier. Kind of saved some room for dessert.
Okay, we also do homemade cookies.
Yeah, and they're
So
great.
We
These
do
look phenomenal.
oatmeal raisin, chocolate chip, Rocky Road. We also do a couple others I didn't bring out here, but those are a few of them that are really good.
I'm trying to-
You know, with the great food that you have here and the tremendous portions, do people save room for dessert? They know enough, or
Well,
they see it up front and
They see it up front, and I think they kind of keep it in the back of their minds because I don't really have too many people walk out without dessert.
right, and it's kind of like a must. You
Yeah.
have to finish up with one of Lenora's great specialty
Wow.
pies, cookies. It's really tremendous. I mean,
Yeah, no, it's
everything
awesome.
you guys do here is with such pride and passion. And it's like I love that. I
Well,
love.
I always look at making the cookies as like anxiety release. So it's like my favorite thing to do. I actually truly enjoy it. It's a lot of fun.
I always kind of view eating the
Eating the
cookies,
cookies?
as a anxiety release.
Oh, you have to try at least a piece of that one. Fantastic.
Which one is this one?
That's
again?
oatmeal raisin.
Oatmeal raisin. I'm
He's
not
like,
the biggest
no.
oatmeal.
You-
Defo and
you'll
I
be a
just have
convert,
different
yeah.
tastes. He's like the barbecue sauce. He likes the oatmeal raisin. I'm a chocolate
Chocolate chip.
harlot. And again, one of the food holidays that we somehow missed last week was National Chocolate Day. I think it was last.
So are you
Thursday or Friday?
celebrating now?
I'm sure
It's
you celebrated.
Better late than never.
Okay, good.
So I'm going in on this ooey gooey hot chocolate chip, and that's like a chocolate extravaganza.
Yeah,
You got
it's
chocolate on the
double
inside.
chocolate.
Yeah, it looks phenomenal too. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I think you need more
looks so
now.
good. I need a hose.
Yeah.
You need
Maybe
two
a
guys
fire
in your
truck?
corner. Yeah. You need Angelo Dundee.
Call 911. Get the fire trucks out to hose me down.
Give us one more round, Mike Mayo. You got to give us one more round here.
One more round. Well,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go.
Another one?
I'm gonna go into.
You're
Well,
gonna
the
try
no,
it,
that's
yeah?
no. You that one's really good. The Rocky Road cookie's delicious.
Oh, the Rocky Road. That
I'm
sounds
sure it
like
is, but I'm gonna go against type because I
Yeah?
don't usually love the oatmeal raisin. But one of the marks of a great baker and great chef
Is that you actually like
and that
it?
you like something that you ordinarily wouldn't eat.
All
so
right.
here we go.
Mike Mayo
Oh,
trying
wow.
something new.
That's great. It tastes like fall, autumn. It's like that spice, that all the
Yeah.
cinnamon, oatmeal. That's really good.
Okay. Are you sure you're not lying to us?
I'm not lying to you. You know why? Because it's so sweet and warm, and
I think the powdered
Gooey?
sugar really makes the difference too. Yeah. Oh, that's the
it's an excellent
cheesecake.
cookie. You did not lie on that one. did
No,
you?
that's delicious. I mean, I'm a fan of oatmeal raisin. I'm not necessarily, going to use it as my go-to cookie, but that is as good a variety of it as you'll ever have.
So what
Absolutely
is your
fantastic.
go-to cookie?
Wow, I don't know.
We may have to like make it here for you.
Yeah, what would I say? I probably would lean towards, some kind of chocolate chip variation, which
All
you
right.
have right here.
You go for that one.
Yeah.
I'm going to go in and take a bite of the key lime. I'm going to smash a little of and again, that graham cracker crust. I haven't used the fork before, so I'm not contaminating anything.
I don't think anyone was concerned
all
about that
good.
at this
No.
Oh,
point.
no, we were overwhelmingly concerned about that with Mayo.
You're right.
What do you
Light,
think?
Fluffy,
Yeah.
and that I'm drooling.
I think we've reached a new height here on the show.
Right.
Is it a height or a depth? I
Right.
think
Well,
nadir,
by sinking to new depths.
nadir
yeah.
is the word. It's depths of the plummeting the sea.
This
And
has
that might
just
be an
been,
implosion or
uh,
explosion.
It's been a straight up eat-a-thon, though, since we came on the air.
Yeah.
I'm breaking into a sweat. You guys have done your job. And you're right. That is the perfect mix of tart and sweet.
She
A lot
does
of
good
times
job.
you get some of these
Yeah.
key limes that you can't even really taste the tartness of the key lime.
No,
It's
they
become
make it
just
very
like
sweet.
it's like a version of a cheesecake where it's just sweet This is you actually
Yeah.
taste what a key lime is supposed to taste
I
like.
think that's why she won't let me make it because
I
she doesn't
understand.
think I'm going to get the consistency right.
So, and that's understandable. But at some point, Mom, you're going to have to pass along the recipe and the
Look. She said
job
job
security.
security.
It's all good. You guys do a great job here at Gilbert's.
Aw, well,
Beth,
thank you
you
for
so
having
much.
us. I
Yeah.
appreciate it.
Wow, unreal.
And I am officially in the, I don't know if it's the meat sweats, the sweet sweats, the something sweats. I'm just like bursting into perspiration because I've hit my limit. I guess if we had a calorie counter.
Can you do that thing again?
No,
No,
don't do that again.
I
Don't do
hurt
that
myself.
again. How about
saw
Defo?
that. You were
Defo,
trembling.
In the early days of this show, was disgusted by your eating because he was trained at Syracuse somewhere, sort of properly.
Syracuse,
So
that
he
was
didn't like.
him. Oh,
Yeah,
him,
I said Defo early in the early days of the show didn't like your eating. Remember,
was
he mocked
horrified.
you.
He was
And
horrified.
now all he does is bait you to eat more and more and grosser and grosser.
I realize this is what sells. It's like people don't want to hear you talk about the amount of cinnamon. It's just in perfect proportion to other ingredients.
It's like all those.
They want to see a guy making a pig of himself.
It's like all those journalists who go to the right of Attila the Hun just to get those contracts
Get
at
the
Fox
money.
News.
Exactly.
You know, when you're going to be on the lunchbox, you got to regale.
Go
I
for
mean,
it.
just rejoice in
Beyond
the
the scope,
eating.
though, I mean, you're thinking, they advertise themselves, and that's part of their trademark. Best burgers in town. It was voted by the Sun Sentinel. Where you were for
And
30 some
others.
odd years,
Yeah.
and still affiliated through the Let's Eat South
This
Florida
is the
group.
thing
But
you gross ate.
but the variety here, I mean,
This one.
in a million years, you wouldn't anticipate this level of quality of desserts being offered in a
That's the
in a
thing.
place
And
like
it's
this.
perfect because it's one of those places. It's not fancy. You come in here with
Yeah.
a family. You come in here in your shorts or flip flops. If you're going to be going to a cruise at Port Everglades, you're just coming
Yeah.
back and going to your hotel.
You're on your way to
here
the
on
convention
17th
center for
Yeah.
some boring meeting that you don't want to attend, and you treat yourself here. It's fantastic.
It's again, it's been here I think about 10 or 11 years. I've been coming here since my daughter was yay high, and we all love it. It's impossible not to love. I don't think nary a bad word has been spoken about their food and
What
service.
fault could you find with this place? I mean,
Well, some people like the smash burgers. They don't do smash burgers here. They have the big kind of hockey puck burgers, what you have in front of you now.
yeah, I'm taking this
And
with me.
what some people call the steak burgers, but they'll grill it right up fresh there on their the open kitchen here, and they have their kind of the open flame char grill, and they'll cook it to your desired doneness, and it's a beautiful thing. And when I get a Jones for a burger or anything else, you come on in here and you're going to be satisfied. Hey, let's talk about next Thursday.
Yep.
We're going to be
Oh,
at
yeah.
Delaware
Wow.
Chicken Farm
Another
and
place
Seafood Market.
that inundates us with food.
Another
and-
mind-blowing presentation.
I spoke to Jose Sanchez, the seafood manager, yesterday. They are so meticulous there. He called me like I thought something was wrong. He's like, Mike, give me a call. And it was like,
You thought they were going to cancel.
Yeah, exactly.
I got a little nervous.
I don't usually take calls from
You're like,
sponsors
uh-oh.
once they're in. Yeah.
but because Brenda, the great marketing manager over there, sent me their proposed lineup of dishes they were going to prepare for our visit next Thursday on the 20th.
Yeah.
And Jose was like, "Is it okay? I want to really showcase that conch that we get from the Turks and the Caicos. So instead of doing this, can we put in some of the conch salad and
love
cracked conch?" And I was like, "You kidding me? I love conch." And
Yeah,
Michelle
it's
just made it
fantastic.
for one of her big Sunday suppers with the family. She bought the conch from Delaware, and then she prepared her own salad, and she made it beautiful. And I posted it online and on the Let's Eat group, and it got tons of praise. And even Jose said that it looked
You didn't
gorgeous.
throw some critical comment in at the end
No,
as you
it
were
was
leaving?
delicious. She made it
Okay,
perfect.
all right.
Everything was great. And so now Jose next week,
A
they're
little
going
too
to
much
create.
salt, sweetheart, as you were getting in your car.
They're going to create a nice conch salad. They're going to bring out some of the cracked conch. That's in addition to some of the other fish dishes
Nice.
that they're going to be spotlighting. I think one of them including a swordfish, and I love a good grilled
Yeah,
swordfish.
Defo's a big
Oh,
fan of
yeah.
grilled
Swordfish has made a big comeback.
Cafe Seville.
Cafe
I mean, they
Seville
do
has
swordfish
our friend
as well
Joey.
as anybody.
So
Casa
Delaware
Calabria, too, by the way.
Chicken and Seafood Farm, 4191 North State Road 7 in Hollywood. They're open every day. Go to DelawareChicken.com to check out all their weekly specials and daily offerings. We love them. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you.
Great place. And, it's old school, too, because
Yep.
you see the people at the counter. They all know what they're doing, and the action moves quickly. People are in and out of there in no time flat. It's really, I mean, as we say, worth the schlep from anywhere. Wherever you're coming from, it's worth it. All right, we're coming back with more. I don't know what more we can consume here on the show, but
we're going to talk about the
are the
opener at
Guinness people
Saratoga.
available? Because I think we set some kind of new world standard here today, and we'll continue to do that in a moment.
Want great Italian food in a beautiful beachfront setting? Have I got the place for you? Casa Calabria at the Ocean Manor Resort, 4040 Galt Ocean Drive in Fort Lauderdale. Highly rated across all the restaurant review platforms and totally Mike Mayo's Lunchbox approved. Delicious, authentic Southern Italian food in a cozy dining room overlooking the Atlantic. Live music in the lounge, full bar, and a great wine list. Owner Frank Talrico takes great pride in his family recipes from his native Calabria. Fresh fish and seafood, veal, house-made pastas, and marinara sauces smooth as silk. You gotta try the imported meats and cheeses on the antipasto platters, and don't miss that ricotta gnocchi, fluffy little pillows straight from heaven. Casa Calabria, open for dinner Tuesday through Sunday, closed on Mondays. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. This August, Visit Lauderdale invites everyone under the sun to indulge in the annual Dine Out Lauderdale promotion. This year's options will be more diverse than ever, with fine dining restaurants, casual eateries, and even your favorite cafes and ice cream parlors part of the mix. From August 1st through 31st, scores of restaurants will be offering multi-course meals at discounted prices starting at just $45 per person. Diners can also enjoy sweets and treats, brunches, happy hour specials, and exclusive culinary experiences. This year's lineup includes 3030 Ocean, Foxy Brown, and Lasso Gaucho in Fort Lauderdale, Even Keel Fish Shack and Aruba Beach Cafe in Lauderdale by the Sea, Cafe Max in Pompano, The Cook and the Cork in Coral Springs, Union Kitchen and Bar in Wilton Manors, and more. Restaurants are being added by the day. For the full Dine Out Lauderdale lineup and all the details, go to dineoutlauderdale.com. Beach Cafe. It's a South Florida landmark, and it's one happy restaurant right on the water. Tables literally on the beach. A place where you could dip your toes in the sand, kick back, relax with island vibes, tropical drinks, and live music daily. You know it. It's at One Commercial Boulevard in Lauderdale by the Sea. And of course, it has Chef Chris Nealon and his famed Caribbean Floridian cuisine. A huge menu with something for everyone. Seafood, raw bar, conch fritters, burgers, sandwiches, salads, deli specials, and of course, that famous Bimini bread. They've got a great staff that'll take great care of you. There's something to celebrate every day. Open 7 days until late. Parking available on site. Happy hour weekdays 4 to 7 p.m. Go check out more at arubabeachcafe.com. Better yet, go in there yourself at Aruba Beach Cafe. Good food, drinks, friends, and laughter are always the catch of the day. When people come to me and say, Mike, where should I go out to eat? I got guests coming from out of town. Where should we go? Cafe Seville. That's the answer. 2768 East Oakland Park Boulevard. It's a Fort Lauderdale perennial, serving the finest in Spanish and continental cuisine in a cozy, friendly, comfortable setting. Joey Esposito and Sally, his better half, they've been running the place for a long time. It's been open since the 1980s. They got great Spanish classics like paella, shrimp with garlic sauce, and all kinds of great seafood dishes. The stuffed veal chop, oh, that's my favorite. Go to Cafe Seville. It's open every day but Sunday at 5 p.m. for dinner. Tell them that the Lunchbox Mayo and Defo sent you. Do you like burgers? Do you like wings? Do you like late night food and sports on big screen TVs and cold beer and friendly vibe and great people? Then you want to check out Shenanigans, 1300 South Federal Highway in Dania Beach. Go to Shenanigans, you get yourself all the good stuff, the fresh fish every day, the black and grilled wings, and of course, the kitchens are open late. Go there, tell them that the Lunchbox Mayo and Defo sent you.
Oh, we're back on the Lunchbox, and boy, what an extravaganza lunch this has been at Gilbert's. And now, yeah, we've had dessert, but we're having a second dessert, right, Defo? The
Saratoga.
Daily Double
Yes.
at Saratoga. Horse racing fans rejoice. Just people who enjoy the summer rejoice.
How many times have you been there?
I'm going to
Countless.
say at
Okay.
least 10.
Oh,
I used to go every year in the summertime, again, because I went to school up in the Boston area. My brother went to school at the Albany. So I was there a lot. Then it was a 20-year gap, but I finally returned in 2021, and I had a fantastic long
great.
weekend there
Did you make
with
any
some
money?
friends. For the whole weekend, I think we ended up like losing $20. So that's like a break
It's a
even.
huge win. What are you talking
Oh,
about?
that's good. And got to see old friends, Fran LaBelle, who used to work at the Sentinel and the Daily Racing Forum and for New York Racing Association. Tom Durkin, the great veteran race caller. And by the way, thank you for sending me.
Oh, you watched that thing with Andy Byer?
You sent me a Frontline, like a PBS documentary about horse racing that aired, I think, in 1983 or 84. It's like almost 40 years old.
It was incredible.
It brought me back to a time and place, and it focused on Andy Byer, who's the renowned writer, handicapper who came up with the Byer speed figures.
Yep.
And it just showed him in his total degeneracy. But I was talking about this with Lubie last week while you were gone about just how it made me pine for the days when everybody would actually go out to the track, and the only thing you could bet on was what was in front of you. There was no such thing as simulcasting. There was no such things as betting apps. It was you stood in line at the window. Sometimes you get shut out, and you would curse the little old lady who's cashing a $2 show ticket for $2.20.
Got to go on separate lines.
I love that you missed the days
buy
where you could
tickets.
bitch more.
But one of my favorite things about that whole show, besides the fact that it was astounding that 40 years ago, horse racing was the number one spectator sport in the United States.
That's funny. Even
It
in the
had
80s.
more on track, like the attendance combined of every racetrack around the country.
Used to be
was 77
50,000
million
on a
people.
routine day at Belmont.
Yeah, and 77 million people would go to the races in a given year at all the tracks around the country, which was more than baseball teams and all the stadiums combined.
100,000 on the weekends at Santa Anita.
Yeah, and those days are long gone. But it was really great to also they shot some footage right here at Hialeah, which is your great
How
friend.
insane was Byer, though?
When you see a horse that absolutely cannot lose, that the public has no concept is even going to be in this race.
And he's like got the foam on the
Right.
side of his mouth, and that the thing about him was some people talk a big game like all these gambling degenerate shows now, but they don't actually do anything. Byer was sending it in with both
He was
fists.
sending it
Sending it
in
in.
while he was covering it.
doing
supposed to
things
be-
that nobody had done
But
before.
he was covering the races for the Washington Post, and he's
Yes.
supposed to be a neutral, objective journalist. He was the only journalist would they let bet on the sport that he was covering
He's
because it was
screaming at the
legal.
rail. One time, Canessa. One time.
That was the condition of his employment, was that he had to be able to bet on the
Yeah.
horses if he was to continue writing. And he wrote fine columns for first the Washington Post, then the Daily Racing Forum.
If they
But
still had the press box at Gulfstream, there was a notorious hole in the wall that he punched
They punched
after
the
a
hole.
DQ and a pick six.
yeah, Andy
I
Byer,
think they had a frame around it.
true racetrack character, brilliant guy, dropped out of Harvard in his last semester because he had a better opportunity come along, namely the sixth at Rockingham. He had
I
to
think it
go
was
up
the
and
Barrington Fair.
do that impression, because he would say, in the vicissitudes of racing where you think
When
you
the
have
racing
it
form
figured out.
arrives on your doorstep at 6 a.m. before sunrise,
And
you
I
open up to page 2 at Belmont Park and feel like all of a sudden I am the king of the world.
There you go. It was a tremendous hour. It was also illuminating, and they did some hard-hitting investigation about the just the chicanery and larceny that went on at the Great Barrington Fair up in the
Classic,
the Berkshires.
When that exacta paid $14 with a $50 horse on top, do you think anybody was in the know on that one?
Been a little fishy. All right, we're losing our food audience now,
Yeah.
but the
You lost
point
me.
being, my favorite moment was when they were filming things at Hialeah Park, and you heard the dulcet tones of one Tom Durkin, who at
Nice.
that point was the racetrack caller, race announcer
relatively
at
new.
Hialeah.
Yes.
And that voice, that beautiful baritone. And Tom Durkin, of course, spent some time at Gulfstream, and then he became the big voice of New York Racing Association, Saratoga, hung it up, and then came back and now employed by Fox for their broadcast of the Belmont Stakes.
They
And-
butchered it, though.
Huh?
According to everybody, the production was butchered. You
Well,
you
the
brought it up on
production-
the show. I didn't get a chance to catch the call, but wow, all accounts said
Well, they
this was
drowned him
horrible.
out because they had all the ambient noise of the horse's hooves drowning out the announcer.
They're trying to get too cute.
Yeah, too
you know?
cute.
Don't
exactly.
get cute.
Yep.
Hey, I'm not trying to get too cute. I'm going to go out of this show.
You know what's good about this? I mean, because you're telling stories and you're feeling festive, and that's what happens after you have a great meal.
Oh
Yes.
yeah, I have
100%.
endorphins just bursting at,
Yes.
all over my brain cells right now. And when
You're
I
ready to
walked in
launch a new
today,
business. I mean, you're unbelievable.
Lubie said I looked a little like off
It was stressing me
center,
out.
and I was like, a
You
little,
always do a little bit. I
yeah,
mean,
you know, it's
yeah. You were
that's-
out with your daughter trying to buy a car.
That's all these
Oh,
things
how did that
going
even
on.
go? You didn't even
Oh,
tell us
yesterday,
how
no,
it
we're trying to line
In the
things up,
process,
and I try to
yeah.
figure out financing. Like I got to hit a pick six at Saratoga.
Like
But,
her
oh,
life
we got
savings.
Burger Beast was
yeah.
in the house today. We had a fine show. Hi, Beast.
But he won't come on in.
Oh, come on. Well, did they take away everything? They boxed it up.
No, but the
Beast
food's
is
here.
here. He, again, had his Knish debut today at Grandpa's.
He's no
and
longer a
we
virgin.
brought
as we
his,
said.
Broke the
Yeah.
doctor.
Knish
We always
cherry,
like
as
to
they
see
say.
the Beast, big friend of the show. Hey, and now me and Defo have a challenge for the opener at Saratoga. We're doing a battle of the Exacta boxes. His
The
three
birthday.
numbers, his birthday, 5-7, along with the 2.
I'm throwing a 2 in there.
My birthday numbers is 617. I box 617. I box 257. We're
Oh, you
going to
did?
see if either one of us win. And then just for him and his straight up birthday double, 7-5 double, I crushed it. Put in,
Oh, yeah?
well, not crushed it, $5 for you.
$5,
So we'll
all
see
right.
what happens.
Let's hope we
If
can
it
score.
hits, I'll give you a piece. And meanwhile, I'm going
Thanks a
to.
lot. I give him the numbers. I give him the horses. I give him all the action. He uses my racing for him.
Hey, it's
It
my
was his
bonus
money, though. Yeah,
My
yeah.
bonus
It was
money.
his
His
money.
money.
All right, I'm going to go out
All
with a big luscious bite of Lenore's cheesecake with the blueberry
Oh,
dipping sauce on it. Yeah, I'm going
Mike
to
Mayo,
just
ladies
say
and gentlemen.
enjoy every burger, enjoy every sandwich,
Every cheesecake. Yeah.
and enjoy every cheesecake. All right, cool.
The question